Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect play.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner. It's over. Muncy, a walk-off home run. This is way back. Walk 'em off. Chris Taylor.
We got a big update on Roki Sasaki and what will the Dodgers do with Walker Buehler. Miguel Rojas is not in the lineup tonight. We'll find out why. That's coming up next on Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
Dodgers win.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball.
Grand slam. It's a double for Freddie. Mookie Magic.
They're going to make big signings. They're going to make impact trades. This is the most anticipated season in Dodgers history.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. Everything you need to know about your Dodgers in less than an hour. My name is Doug McKain, credential member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Now, if you haven't yet, do us a huge favor and subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel, the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel in the game. And also comment Go Tawny down below. Once you do, you'll be eligible to win a brand new authentic gray Shohei Ohtani #17 jersey. He's got my Shohei bobblehead, but you're getting a gray one. So that's going to be fire. All you have to do to be eligible is be subscribed and comment Go Tawny down below. Also, just a reminder that today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your #1 source for everything online sports betting. Right now, you can receive a 50% off free bet of up to $250 on your first deposit to bet on anything from the UFC to baseball to Formula One racing. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to their online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of their over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BLEAV, that's BLEAV, for your 50% off free bet and credit on your first deposit up to $250. BetOnline, the game starts here. Of course, this is a live show. We're looking for your fire takes. We're looking for all your thoughts, comments, and questions about your boys in blue. And Tony Taters, super producer Tony Taters, Antonio, he's going to be looking for your takes, as is my man, Mr. Noel Sanchez, the social media superstar. When you see our fire on Instagram, this is where it's coming from. Best social media guy in the game. We got Brian Diaz, D-Mac, our go. Hey, man, appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'll give you a home run right there. A $4.99 super chat. D-Mac says, Junior, I got ghosted by D on Instagram. I'm not getting my hat. I won. That's all Noel. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, we'll hit you up on our Instagram. Also go to my personal one as well. So we'll get you your hat, guys. Got the blue one today. Got hats on the way, t-shirts on the way. Got a cool, we got a cool Mookie Betts Ohtani one. We're doing it's a little presidential vibe, so be on the lookout for that. We got NSA, Yo DMAC and the DN crew. Got some Go Tawnies down below from Jason Park, Blake DMAC_LA. That's a bruh. That's a fire take. That's a Buckner wasn't at the plate. We got appreciate that, my man. We got a Uncle Augie is my hero from Oscar Torres. My wife just gave birth right now. Wow, congratulations. Hopefully you named your first child D-Mac. That'd be kind of cool. But no, congratulations to you, and I'll give you a charge, man. That's good times. Hopefully the Dodgers can get a win on your child's day. We got Roy says, D-Mac, enough with the Buehler experiment and sentimental experiment. bring up Knack, no more charity games. We'll talk about Walker Buehler. Nando390 says, I hate my wife. Going to give him a bruh. Buehler season off. That's from David Chang. First team to 75 wins. D-Mac, you guys need a TV show. Hey, man, YouTube is kind of like the new TV, but we're on our way. That's for sure. Oscar D-Mac for president. DFA Buehler. That's from Gordon. Gavin Lux for comeback player of the year. That's from Lance Jennings. We'll talk some Gavin Lux because I think you're onto something, and kind of stole my thunder there on something we were going to talk about, but I totally agree that the Gavin Lux story is one of the stories not just of the year for the Dodgers, but for all of Major League Baseball. But of course, we have to start the show with the leadoff. That is the hottest story in Dodger baseball. So what could be the biggest offseason acquisition for any team in Major League Baseball might not even be an option. Roki Sasaki might not be in the show next year. Our friend Bob Nightingale, he wrote for USA Today recently, Japanese star Roki Sasaki, who is expected to be posted this winter, now may be having a change of heart and could stay another season in Japan, several club executives say. Simply, he hasn't been the same dominant pitcher this year. He's 6-3 with a 2.20 ERA, but has struggled with his control. He has a career low 4.10 strikeout to walk ratio. He has struck out 82 batters and walked 20 in just 69 2/3 innings, yielding 52 hits. So that's definitely not what you want to hear if you're a Dodgers fan, because Roki Sasaki was someone that could have had a big impact for this team next season, and could have gone to the Dodgers, could have gone to the Padres. And I'm not saying this is a lock right now. I've spoken to a lot of Japanese reporters at Dodger Stadium covering this team, because a lot of them are there every single day. And every time I bring up Roki Sasaki, what is the deal with Roki Sasaki? What's up with Roki? Is he going to be a Dodger? And these guys are as locked in as anyone. And they'll tell me that either one, they don't know, and two, that 80% of fans in the NPB are a little irked by Roki Sasaki, because they feel like he has not done enough for the Chiba Lotte Marines to validate his leaving to the show early. And just a little rewind here, because Roki Sasaki, I'm here to tell you, if you don't know that name, get familiar. He's not just the best prospect in the NPB. He's not just the best pitching prospect in baseball. He's the best prospect on the planet. And whoever would get him at a bargain price. If you remember, back in 2017, when the Angels got Shohei Ohtani, the Angels paid $20 million to the Nippon Ham Fighters, and he got about $5 million. I mean, nothing major for Shohei Ohtani. And then he signed a minor league contract, and he worked his way up and finally would get his opportunity in the show, and he would become one of the best players in the league. Well, Roki Sasaki was kind of following in Shohei Ohtani's footprints, because Sasaki made it clear on the day that reports came out that Shohei Ohtani was signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and it was later Shohei Ohtani himself on his Instagram who reported the news that he was signing here, that Roki Sasaki said he wanted to be posted to Major League Baseball after the 2024 season. And the reason why that was such a big news story was because he had not made it known that he wanted to lead to the show early before then. There were some rumors about it. Andrew Friedman and the Dodgers brass had been to Japan to scout a lot of Japanese players, Roki Sasaki being one of them, but it wasn't official until he said that he was looking to go to the show early and have the Marines let him out. And the way it works in Japan is that, look, you have to wait until you're 25, right? You cannot be posted earlier than that. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he did his time over there, and that's why he was able to enter free agency as far as going to the highest bidder, and that ultimately turned out to the Dodgers on a record-breaking $300+ million contract that made him the highest paid pitcher in the history of Major League Baseball as far as his overall contract of how lucrative it was. 12 years, $325 million. That surpassed Garrett Cole's $324 million by 1 year. But Roki Sasaki is a different situation because he has to have his club, the Chiba Lotte Marines, leave. And if himself does not want to leave, they're not going to want to have him leave early, even if he does have some type of handshake agreement to get out of his contract, because they want to take advantage of what should be a monster posting fee. And that's how you make that money, is that posting fee. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the posting fee that the Dodgers paid for him to the Oryx Buffaloes, the Dodgers paid $50 million. Well, Roki Sasaki, you're not going to be able to sign a monster contract like Yamamoto, so you won't get a big posting fee. So this tells me that either one, Roki Sasaki feels like maybe he needs another development year. Maybe two, he feels a little guilty for not, in his mind, contributing enough to the Chiba Marines, the Chiba Lotte Marines' success. Maybe there's just a mutual agreement. So the bottom line is that this is a player that has been compared to being the LeBron James of baseball players as far as his phenom status. He hits 100. The velo has been down, though. The strikeouts have been down, though. And I remember hearing about him touching 101 in high school. And he was supposed to be the guy, pitched a perfect game, had a 12-inning, 194-pitch complete game, and he's hit a game-winning 2-run homer in high school. I mean, there's been amazing, legendary stories about this guy, but it does look like it might be a little premature to expect him next season. Nightingale also said that if you look at the numbers as well, it feels like his team and his people, his representation, feels like he might need a little more time to develop, because the last thing he wants to do is come over here, not have that success early on, and feel like he made a mistake. But let me know down below in the comments section, what are your thoughts on Roki Sasaki and what that means for the Dodgers? Because if you look at the Dodgers rotation next season, Tyler Glasnow, he's the ace. Yamamoto, he's number 2. Clayton Kershaw, I think if he stays healthy and he pitches like this, he is going to be back. Remember, he's not old. It's not old Kersh. It's Kersh Classic. He has reinvented himself. He's pitched very well. And you also have young guys. I mean, Gonsolin could be back. I mean, Dustin May, we'll see what happens with him. Landon Knack has proven to be a very solid, dependable number 4, number 5 type of option. You still have Bobby Miller in the fold. Shohei Ohtani will be back coming off his second Tommy John surgery. We've never gotten full confirmation on the type of surgery. Most people believe it's the brace surgery. So hopefully he comes back and he's able to be effective. But if you were able to add a Roki Sasaki on a minor league type of contract, and you're the Dodgers, that would have been the ultimate. And it appears that they're probably not going to be making a massive free agent splash when it comes to pitchers. I mean, they got their 2 horses locked up in Glasnow and Yamamoto. And yes, Walker Buehler, we'll see what happens with him. Look, he said it yesterday. Walker Buehler was asked by a reporter about his contract status and if that is affecting how he's performing on the mound. And Buehler said point blank, I'm not thinking about that, because you only think about your contract and your future and free agency when you have a 2.5 ERA, or it looks like you're going to sign a big deal. His ERA is north of 6 right now, and teams aren't convinced that he can pitch. So I think Buehler goes to wherever a team gives him an opportunity. I mean, he's someone that I doubt, I would probably say a 95% chance he's not on the Dodgers next season. And then you got Jack Flaherty. You got Jack Flaherty, who's pitched well. He's going to be a free agent. It remains to be seen how he performs for the Dodgers in the postseason. What if he really likes it here? I mean, I think he set himself up for a really nice payday. But the truth of the matter is, the Dodgers, they were interested in a short-term deal for Blake Snell, even after trading and extended Tyler Glasnow, even after signing Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And you look at the free agents next offseason, Max Scherzer, not going to happen. Justin Verlander, short-term, who knows? Not impossible. Garrett Cole does have that opt-out. Highly doubt it, though. And outside of that, I mean, there's really just not a lot of pitchers that I think make a lot of sense for the Dodgers. I mean, Blake Snell, he has a $38.5 million player option. He's going to look to sign a bigger long-term deal. You got Robbie Ray, you got Charlie Morton, you got Frankie Moltaz, you got Nathan Eovaldi. So I think that they're going to look for that one-year guy, the James Paxton type, and then possibly see what they can do. I think Max Fried is someone I've always envisioned in Dodger Blue. He feels like someone that was always destined to pitch here. He's going to be a free agent. We'll see what happens with Max Fried. And then also Shane Bieber, another California pitcher. He went to UCSB. He is a gaucho. By the way, everyone thinks the gauchos are a cowboy. No, it's an Argentine cowboy. Get it right. Shout out to my man, Mr. Eric Ulo, Travis Rogers. A lot of my homies went to UCSB. But Shane Bieber is someone that is interesting as well. The Dodgers were recently linked to Shane Bieber, and they were interested in him a couple of last cycle as before the injury as someone they could acquire. And this comes from Mandy Bell from MLB.com. And it says, first and foremost, we feel for Shane. There's a lot of things that he's got to process right now and work on to the mental side. But because of how set he is on wanting to pitch and contribute to a team and not being able to do that has really imparted on him and impacted him as well. And the Dodgers were linked to him as a possible team to pursue him when he hits free agency this offseason. But he's another guy that had season-ending Tommy John surgery. So, yeah, it sounds like a Dodger already. But it's kind of an early look at where the Dodgers are at. And Roki Sasaki, if he's not available, I think that LA, San Diego, those are the two teams that were going to be his top destinations. And it'll be interesting to see where they go and how they fill out their rotation next season. But another update we got to get into is the lineup for tonight just dropped a couple minutes ago. And Miguel Rojas will not be starting at shortstop tonight. It will be Tommy Edman, who made a phenomenal play yesterday in the 5th inning. Diving stop. He makes the throw. Tommy Edman, Gold Glove infielder. I tweeted this out. The Dodgers are not going to have to worry about their shortstop defense anymore. Between Miguel Rojas and Tommy Edman, they have two guys that are absolutely Gold Glove, either winning or caliber. And my favorite thing about that play yesterday is when the camera goes to Mookie Betts and he just is kind of clapping, showing them, hey, that's a shortstop that's out there. They're going to play. I'm just fine here in right field. I'm making my Gold Glove plays out in right field. And the Dodgers, they just released an updated lineup a few minutes ago. And originally Rojas was set to bat 9th and start at shortstop. But instead, the Dodgers lineup looks like this. You have Shohei Ohtani hitting leadoff at DH, Mookie batting in the 2-hole in right, Freddie Freeman at first, batting third, Teoscar Hernandez, who has been slumping of late. He did have a single to right on the play where Mookie got thrown out at the plate, and he's hitting cleanup tonight, batting 4th. He's in left field, and Gavin Lux batting 5th. At second, Gavin Lux continues to rake. Will Smith behind the dish, batting 6th. Max Muncy batting 7th at 3rd. And then Tommy Edman will take over for Miguel Rojas, and he'll bat 8th instead of 9th. And you got Kevin Kiermaier in center field. So originally, you had Edman in center tonight, batting 8th. But now you have Kevin Kiermaier batting 9th in center field. So big takeaway here is defensive depth for days. And it's not just good, serviceable players. We're talking about some of the best defensive players at their position in all of Major League Baseball. So what a luxury for the Dodgers to have that as an option. A Kevin Kiermaier, one of the best outfielders of his generation. He's still got it. He's already shown the ability with the Dodgers. He's made ridiculous plays. And then Tommy Edman last night, I think it was kind of his welcome to the Dodgers moment. So Miguel Rojas not in the lineup tonight. We're waiting for Dave Roberts to let us know why that is, so we'll report that as soon as we get that info. But let's go to some super chats. We got Victor Banos, a $20 super chat. You know I appreciate you. Let's sweep the Mariners. D-Mac, let's go Dodgers. Give you a little let's go Dodgers right there. My man Victor Banos always represent. Yeah, get that sweep. The Mariners, a team in first place in the AL West for most of the season. Then the Astros, they build a lead. They're desperate to win. You got Logan Gilbert on the mound at 2.96 ERA going up against Jack Flaherty. And Jack Flaherty, he is the big trade deadline acquisition that they need length from. And that's what he's provided all throughout the season, is length and the ability to go deep into games, especially after last night when you're only able to get 4 innings out of Walker Buehler. So that's the first big key tonight, is get that length from Jack Flaherty. And in his 21 starts this season, he's gone at least 6 innings 14 times. So that's what he's done since joining the Dodgers. Jack Flaherty in his 3 starts, 16 2/3 innings, 24 strikeouts, 4 walks, the FIP a little high at 4.12, a 13.20 whip, and the ERA sitting at 3.78. So no one's talking about this. Jack Flaherty, we want Detroit Tigers Jack Flaherty now. And it's not to say he's been bad by any means. He's still been really good. But with the Detroit Tigers, he had a 2.95 ERA. The FIP was at 3.11. The FIP is up a full point. The whip is a little high. So you want to see him reduce those walks. He has 4 walks and keep it in the yard too. He's given 4 home runs so far in those 3 starts. So Jack Flaherty, we need him to be a dude. But right now, I mean, Clayton Kershaw is pitching better than Jack Flaherty at the moment. And I think you can make the case to Gavin Stone as well. So I want to see Detroit Tigers Jack Flaherty tonight. We got Nando, DFA. No, DFA. We signed to a 10-year deal, man. Larry Mullen, best thing is we are playing playoff baseball. We are not going to get relaxed. Larry, it's a great take. I'm going to give you a fire take for that one. And it did feel like a playoff game. That game yesterday had everything. You had a home run by Gavin Lux that was the hidden ball trick, but it was not played by a player. It was by the wall. The ball went over the fence, and we don't know. What I want to know, and I don't know who to ask today, but was that the same ball, or was there a ball stuck behind there that popped out? And what happened to that ball? I mean, Noel, any theories about this?
That was a Houdini moment. I mean, I was trying to figure out myself. I was scouring the dark web, going on Reddit, going everywhere I could think of. But yeah, I was just as lost as you, Doug. I think that'd be a good question to ask, honestly. I
mean, my favorite thing too is, I mean, I don't know if we have the clip, but I mean, the reaction of Gavin Lux.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a whole new bruh moment. That home run in and of itself was just a huge part in that game.
I saw a tweet too where people were saying that they like when Gavin Lux playing really good, because then we get more of those reactions. Like
yeah, you totally do. That's a great point. I like that take right there, because it's absolutely true, because he's relaxed, he's having a good time, and he knows. I always have this theory about the great ones, the good players. They know every single time the camera's on them.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys, and you're absolutely right. It's one thing to, if he's doing the bruh moments and you're hitting 160 and you're having success, you're not going to feel as good about it. But the big thing about that home run for Gavin Lux yesterday is the Dodgers, they're trailing 3-0 at that point. And Walker Buehler is still on the mound for you at that point. He didn't come out to start the 5th, but he's still on the mound, and they end up going 6 unanswered. So it all started with Gavin Lux. And I said it before, I'll say it again. Gavin Lux absolutely is the story of the year for the Los Angeles Dodgers as far as the comeback player of the year. And he certainly has made his case for comeback player of the year. The numbers don't lie. He was one of the least productive hitters in all of Major League Baseball. We talked about it a couple of days ago. I mean, we're talking about his numbers, a 60 weighted runs created plus, a 74 weighted runs created plus at one point. He was well below league average, and he was days away from getting optioned. And we were going to see Gavin Lux for the rest of the season. And it's funny how that works. When your job is on the line, it's, hey, I got to get my stuff together or I'm going to be gone. And when you're in the minor leagues, you're not getting that big league service time. You're not getting that big league money. You're going to have people out there saying nasty things. Gavin bust. Gavin sucks. Now everyone tweets Gavin, right? Gavin.
Gavin F-U-X. That's the one.
Gavin.
What does that mean?
You need a bleep here.
What do you got
right?
there?
Gavin. Yeah.
Let everybody in the comments guess what D-Mac was trying to get at.
And you look at
Max,
these numbers.
Max Monse.
There you go. I love that. If you look at the numbers for Gavin Lux, so before the All-Star break, he was hitting 211, had a 267 on base, a 295 slug. After the All-Star break, he's hitting 361 with a 427 on base, slugging 680. When you go from slugging 295 to 680, monster numbers. Only Aaron Judge, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bobby Witt Jr., and Juan Soto have a higher OPS than Gavin Lux. He's in the same class of hitters as the Sotos, Judges, Guerreros, and Witt Juniors for the type of production that he's given. I'm not here to say that he's on those guys' level. Trust me, I'm not. You got to do it for a full season, for a lot of seasons, for a long stretch to enter that conversation. But it does give you idea that it's not like he's just turned the corner. It's like Superman found his cape and he's going off. I mean, second half of the season, a 205 weighted runs created plus in the last 30 games. And he leads the Dodgers with a 1.8 FWAR in that stretch. 1.8 FWAR in that stretch. Who is the second closest Dodger? Shohei at 0.9. So to think that he's putting twice as good numbers as Shohei Ohtani right now, it's really, really insane. 7 bombs since the All-Star break. He's been absolutely fantastic. And a couple days ago, I asked Dave Roberts, I said, Dave, in your time managing, is this the biggest in-season turnaround you've ever seen? And here's what Dave had to say.
And then Lux, he homered again tonight. When you look at the first 3+ months of his season to after the break being basically a top 8 to 10 hitter in baseball, is this as dramatic of a turnaround as you've seen from any player since managing this team?
It is. It is. I was actually talking to the coaches about this tonight. Ironically, Justin Turner is notorious for starting off slow and then getting really hot. But as far as a guy that's in his prime, I haven't seen anything like this. And I think that, there's a lot of confidence. He's staying in his legs now to be able to homer to the big part of the field, slashing balls the other way, taking balls down below the zone. That's the Gavin that, I've said it before, this is as good as I've seen him. And, we've needed every bit of the performance. And I expect him to keep going because I think this is who he is now.
So Dave Roberts says he thinks this is who he is now. Now, what do you guys think about that? I think the biggest difference between Gavin Lux is the fact that he's keeping that barrel in the zone longer. The bat path looks better. He's more aggressive. The legs are in tune with the upper body. Everything's synced up. And I also think the mental component is the single biggest reason. I think Gavin Lux with confidence is a different player because sometimes I think he gets in the way of himself when he's struggling, but when he's out there being aggressive, he's punishing pitches early in counts, that's when you're seeing the best version of Gavin Lux. We got some super chats from CVS. Hopefully this comment's not as long as your receipts, but really hard decisions to make come playoff time. Jay Hay, Kiermaier, Pajes have all made solid cases. Are we going to see Kike or CT3 not make the postseason roster? It's a $4.99 super chat. Can give you a comment to the show for that one. Appreciate that. That goes, by the way, I thought the Teo bobblehead was really nice. I think they did a really nice job on this Teoscar Hernandez bobblehead. We're going to do our rating system pretty soon. We'll pass this around. So we want to see what Noel, Tony Terry's have to think about it. But yeah, first of all, Jason Heyward coming off the bench cold, hitting a 3-run shot. And did you see the picture? That's one of the pictures of the year. I think you tweet out that the Dodgers have so many pitchers that could be album covers this year. That was one of the best ones. First of all, you had Dave Roberts jumping up and down saying, I made that move. No one's going to, people are going to say, hire Dave Roberts, not fire Dave Roberts. And then Freddie Freeman had that look where that's my best friend. That's my best friend. And then you had Javier there. Javier was giving, I think, Teo the sunflower seeds. But yeah, that was a pretty awesome picture, wasn't it?
Shout out Javier, man, the superhero of the season for us.
Hey, man.
We got to talk more about that, honestly, later in the, you said people are just going to get special gifts. He deserves 2 rings for saving Ohtani.
Oh, 100%. Lifetime contract, 2 rings.
Yeah. But
when Ohtani has his Hall of Fame speech, he's got to be in his Hall of Fame speech.
But the picture itself was honestly really, really amazing. I think it just embodies what the Dodgers are, especially in the summer. Everybody loves some nice summer Dodger baseball. I love seeing them get wins in the nighttime, and it was just a great way. I think you said it best. That game had a little flavor of everything.
It really did. You had CB Buckner, who I mean, you know what CB stands for, right? Certified blind. But no, I mean, you had CB Buckner out there just making awful calls all night long. I had people in my chat telling me that Kike needed to give him his glasses. And I said that no, it wouldn't work because Kike's only one is prescription. He needs double prescription, so it wouldn't work. But yeah, I mean, you had that. You had Walker Buehler, which he kind of felt like he was pitching for his Dodgers life out there. You had Dave Roberts running onto the field. He was really animated all night. Max Muncy running in from third to have a conversation. You had lead changes. You had the big home runs. You had a ball that hid behind the wall that we still don't know about. It's kind of one of those things where it doesn't matter how many times you watch it, it's tough to make sense of it. Do you guys have any theories about Gavin Lux's home run ball and where it ended up? So let me know down below for sure. We got let's got some more super chats. We got Lo-Fi Jedi $5. Months ago, people wanted Lux sent to Azkaban. Now look, yeah, I mean that's the truth. Like I said yesterday, people wanted to trade him for a better parking space and a bag of half-eaten Cheetos and a bucket of baseballs, right? And all of a sudden, it shows that's why one thing about this Dodgers organization, they're not going to panic. And we saw a couple months ago, I mean, Gavin Lux looked like he was done, and then you stick with him. And look, Dave Roberts was asked by a reporter if having Mookie Betts at shortstop was a mistake. And I thought one of Dave's best responses and answers all season was this one. And he told reporters, he said, no, because having Mookie at shortstop allowed them to keep Gavin Lux relevant, keep him on the field, and work through whatever he was going through. Because if you just pulled the plug on Gavin Lux and threw Mookie at second and Rojas at short, or let Nick Ahmed play there, find a shortstop for that position, we never would have had this bat. And now you have a dynamic back. But what do you guys think of the Teoscar bobblehead tonight? I mean, I like it. I think accuracy, this is one of the most accurate ones. I mean, it looks like Teo. I mean, I got the blue shoes. I'm going to give this one 37 in the back. I like this one. No like crazy detail, but I'm going to give this one a 8.5. How about you, Noel?
Pretty solid. I said like 8.5. I like that they got his big smile on there.
They did kill with the smile.
Yeah. So I go 8.5 for sure.
Tony Taters.
Oh yeah, for sure. It looks beautiful. I think he looks like himself. So I'll give it a 9.
9. I like it. I like it.
Can I see it really quick? Put it up.
Tony Taters.
Oh yeah, look at that. Let me see the face. Oh yeah, very handsome, very good. 9. I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Do you want to re-sign with the Dodgers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we got Brandon Fellows. My wife told I had to stop watching the show to focus on the family more, so I got divorced. Dodgers Nation for life. Brandon Fellows. We need to comment the show, and hopefully it's not an ugly divorce, but hey, baseball can't divorce you, that's for sure. Master Austin, Sasaki, Otani, and Yamamoto, the same team would be awesome, and absolutely would. I mean, can you imagine? Michael Negretti, D-Mac, I would rather the Dodgers sign either Corbin Burns or Max Fried rather than Sasaki. Well, that's a totally different situation because Corbin Burns, first of all, he's going to get north of 200+ million potentially, and Fried is going to get somewhere in that 150, 175 range possibly as well. So you have to go out there and actually pay those guys, give them big money. Sasaki, though, is a project and an unknown, but it's the fact that you wouldn't have to give up big time, big league money to get him. So I think from that standpoint, he's extremely intriguing. But getting back to the question I had about Jason Heyward and the home run, I said on the show yesterday that Jason Heyward, he made a strong case. And look, it's a home run in August. That shouldn't lock up a roster spot for you. But I think what that did do is if I'm Dave Roberts and Chris Taylor's going to possibly come back this week, I don't go that route. I wait till early September to the call-ups, to the roster expansion, and then you bring in Chris Taylor and you see what we can do for that month. And yes, Chris Taylor, last couple of months, had a weighted runs created plus, a little over 120, was really starting to find his swing. But Jason Heyward is someone that it's going to be tough to move off of him if he comes through in those situations. I mean, it was a pinch hit opportunity. That is the exact opportunity that you're going to be using Jason Heyward in the postseason. As a bat off the bench, can he come through? And he did. And it wasn't off some ho-hum, just terrible pitcher, some scrub out there. It was Munoz, the best relievers in the sport. And funny enough, Heyward actually already had a home run against him and he had another bomb. So he has 2 home runs and 2 at-bats against Munoz. So I think Jason Heyward, I think for starters, has made his case saying, you know what? I'm not going on the IL, okay? And you're not going to DFA me. So from that standpoint, I think it makes a ton of sense to push back the return of Chris Taylor potentially versus having this situation where you have to go out there and phantom IL guys. So, hey, give me some more Jason Heyward. Let Jay Hay play and see what he can do. And I agree with you. When it comes to Kike and CT, they're a little redundant. I think that I'd much rather at this point, if I'm going to have Kike, I would have Kiermaier over Chris Taylor if it comes down to that. And you kind of have Chris Taylor and Jason Heyward kind of battle for that last roster spot. And then Andy Pages, he's the options. He's a younger player. We know the Dodgers tend to go with veterans in these situations, especially when we look at the end of the roster. And look, David Freeze's, the Chase Utleys, that's who they favor in these moments. And it would just be a tough conversation to have to move off of Jay Hay in that situation. How is Freddie doing with the finger, Mr. Classic? Freddie's doing okay, and he's still making plays. Did have a little tough play where he wasn't able to handle the exchange, but look, he's still hitting, and his pain tolerance is high. He doesn't want to be out of the lineup as well. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he finished another simulated game today. He went 2 innings, looked good, and he's going to start that rehab assignment really soon. I think for Yamamoto, you're probably going to get him back at some point in the first couple of weeks of September. Now, how deep into September will he be back? That's really the big question, because there is a world where he's back middle of September. It only gives you a couple of weeks to get him ready for October. So that's the big key, is when can you get back Yoshinobu Yamamoto? Now, as far as Walker Buehler, I saw people yesterday saying the Dodgers should be done with Walker Buehler. It's over. Forget Walker Buehler. It's a wrap. Just trade him, send him to Pluto, send him to the moon. I mean, send him to the sun, shoot it, like whatever. Everyone's just down on Buehler. It's Buehler's year off, right? The truth of the matter is, one thing the Dodgers don't do, I mean, just look, why do they option Pages and not do anything with Jason Heyward? Is why would you DFA someone if you don't have to? Why would you limit your options if you do not have to? And with Walker Buehler, there were some positives yesterday. I think the big key for him is finding a way to make strides with that delivery. And I thought the most interesting thing that Walker Buehler said after the game yesterday was that this was the best that he's felt from a delivery standpoint in a long time. And specifically, it's kind of for the baseball nerds out there, the drifting aspect of it. Buehler told reporters, there are some things you have to do in a delivery. I haven't been drifting on the mound at all. I haven't got any forward move, and I've just kind of been stuck. All that weight transfers, and your hand kind of just goes anywhere. And tonight, I felt like I actually got forward and started moving a little quicker, which puts my hand in a lot closer. A lot more similar to the positions that I've seen in the past. To me tonight, the miss is if I miss 2 feet to the left, my hand told me I missed 2 feet to the left. It wasn't this weird mystery I've been dealing with. Everything just made more sense. It felt like how I know you are when you pick up your leg. So he's saying that he has kind of unlocked something with that delivery. And yes, the command isn't where it needs to be. Yes, the 4-seam fastball does not play like it did when he was at his peak. But the truth is, Buehler revealed that he's still going to pitch for this team. And Dave Roberts said as much as well. Buehler said he's going to be pitching in 6 or 7 days. So that would pit him against the Baltimore Orioles. And yesterday you're facing that Mariners team, last in batting average, second to last in OPS. Great opportunity to really turn the corner against one of the worst offenses in the sport. And he went 4 innings, was high stress. He's not going to go out there and go 5. Like Dave Roberts said, 90 pitches with high stress innings is like throwing 120, 130 pitches in 6 innings. So the stress was certainly there, but he's going to get another opportunity. Now, if he gets rocked against the Orioles, then that could be the beginning of the end. And in truth, he should have remained down at the minor league level. He should have remained down and tried to figure this delivery thing out at the minor league level, because that would have saved him from some of this pressure, some of this embarrassment that I think is leading to some of course, people saying that he's done with the Dodgers and thanks for the memories and all that cool stuff that people are saying that want him gone. But I think that if you're the Dodgers, what are your alternatives here? Bobby Miller? Bobby Miller's had his struggles this year as well. Landon Knack, certainly, if you look at just this season alone, has pitched better in his opportunities than Walker Buehler. But then you look at his ceiling potential if the Dodgers suffer an injury to one of their frontline starters. Does Landon Knack this year have the ceiling potential of a Walker Buehler? I think the answer to that is no. Does Justin Robleski, who's dealt with some home run issues of late, have the ceiling potential? Would they really go to a Justin Robleski? I think the answer is no. So I think that is really where I'm at with Walker Buehler. Why would you say that is going to be his last start? That doesn't make sense. Yesterday, why would yesterday be his last start? I saw that all over social media. This is Walker Buehler's last start. Even if he doesn't factor into the postseason rotation, which right now, odds are he won't. He's not pitching better than Stone or Kirsch. Glass now, of course not. Yamamoto, we still need to see him make it back. Jack Flaherty, we know, is going to be a big part of this postseason rotation as well. But you never want to limit your options if you don't have to. And that's exactly what this team is. I don't think this is a courtesy. Everyone thinks this is some courtesy to Walker Buehler. I'm here to tell you from everything I've heard, that's not the case. It's just that the Dodgers realize that just like that, boom, you can lose a starting pitcher, and all of a sudden, where do you go? And I do think that this is where it's going to start. And this is going to be in the final stages of the Walker Buehler experiment. And he's going to get at least one more start, 100%. We know that at this point. It's going to come against the Baltimore Orioles. And Buehler now at least thinks mentally that he's taking steps in the right direction. That he has unlocked some things in the bullpen session he had in St. Louis, after his start in Milwaukee that didn't go well, and then after his start yesterday against the Mariners. And what it comes down to is just keep Buehler, and then when Yamamoto comes back, make a decision. It's as simple as that. But there's no reason to say, oh, this is his last start. Because like I said, the upside potential, if something goes wrong with other starting pitchers, Buehler has a higher upside this season than a Landon Knack. And yes, the spin rate isn't there with the four-seam fastball. Yes, the velocity has dipped as well. But I thought the knuckle curve last night was the best I've seen in a while. And you want to increase the usage rate on it. JWR fan, $2 super chat. Pages, 371 average, 1146 OPS in AAA, deserves note. Yeah, look, Pages is going to get another opportunity in September. If he rakes, I have said it on the show, he has the ability to be a quality bat off the bench. And I think the interesting thing about that whole situation is you have guys battling that can do similar things, but Pages, I think at this stage of his career, it's just, will the Dodgers go with youth? And typically they don't in certain spots. I mean, you saw in 2019, Gavin Lux came up, he got an opportunity, youngest Dodger home run there against the Nationals. But I think with Walker Buehler, he just has to find some level of consistency and pitch execution and put hitters away. I mean, how many times yesterday was he either 0-2 or he's down 2-0, right? If you're battling back and you're falling behind in counts, you're not going to have a ton of success. But I did like the fact that, hey, man, we were telling CB Buckner, that was an effing strike. I mean, at least he still has that in him. He hasn't lost that quality yet. So it's sad to see. I mean, all my time, I've followed this team my entire life. It's one of the saddest kind of fall-offs that we've ever seen. But like Buehler said yesterday, I'm so tired of saying that I feel closer. But that's as close I felt all year. And I think that is a major, major promising sign. But here we go. We got no pause until 2025 from Elishiva Jones. He is not Dodger quality anymore from NS. And all these are legitimate points and valid and potentially really true. Just where I'm at is you don't just end the experiment midway when you don't know what you have with Yamamoto yet and when he's going to return. Wait till Yamamoto comes back, give him another opportunity. If he gets rocked against the Orioles, then yeah, Knack has another option, have him come back up, and then boom, that's fine. Let him pitch. But you're in a division race. That's what complicates us all. Is it's not this year where the Dodgers are running away with the division. We got a $5 super chat from Julie. Do you think the front office has to do a reevaluation on their strength and conditioning team? So I was supposed to have Rob Hill on today, and that's one thing I was going to ask him is really, how do you make sense of this? And I talked about it on the show. It's because the Dodgers roll the dice on pitchers that throw high velocity because they know that's what plays up in the postseason. They always go towards upside, for sure. Alex Renteria, D-Mac, no, give Knack the Buehler starts. We need every win. I'm okay with that after we see against Baltimore. Let's give him one. Give them, man, one more start. And let's not forget, the same people that are saying that Buehler was done. And look, Buehler is multiple Tommy John surgeries. And I think for me, you look at Clayton Kershaw, successfully reinventing himself because he's not velocity reliant. That is the biggest difference. He's not velocity reliant. I mean, a minus 13 run value on the fastball. I mean, and if you look at his baseball savant page, it is blue, man. It is Smurf over there. That is a baseball savant page that doesn't have a lot to like. I mean, is an ERA over 6, and there's not a lot of things to feel promising about if you look at his advanced stuff. But I agree. But we got Johnny says Baltimore will pound Walker Buehler. Yeah, he's in the 11th percentile in expected ERA, 1 percentile whip percentage, 6 percentile in chase percentage. If you look at his pitch mix so far this season, opponents are hitting 385 off his fastball, 212 off the cutter. I mean, the velocity is not that down. I mean, 95.3 miles per hour, but it's the spin, 2277 RPM. If you look at when Buehler was at its peak, I mean, he was at 2415 on the spin. So that definitely matters in a big way. And that's why you're seeing him struggle for sure. But let's see if there's any info on the Miguel Rojas being out of the lineup. Let me try to find this. I will be at tonight's game, talk to some players, talk to Dave Roberts, get you guys some stuff. We got D-Mac is addicted to experimenting. I don't know what that means. Well, here we go. So Fabian Ardaya tweeted out 6 seconds ago, Miguel Rojas had a hamstring flare-up. Dave Roberts said expected to be back in the lineup on Friday. So that's what we've said, is everyday shortstop makes it very difficult. You are going to see Tommy Edman playing short. You're going to see, and with this alone, to me, it's a domino effect. Miguel Rojas dealing with injuries at a very demanding position, which on this show, he told us that it starts to add up. That is going to lead to Tommy Edman at short. And I think you're also going to see more Kevin Kiermaier. And then Jason Heyward, Dave Roberts said, is going to play there as well, get some opportunities. But where's Nick Ahmed? Back on the couch, Mr. Classic. He was DFA'd. We have Justin Lamas. That means 10-day IL stint for Rojas coming back. Hey, we'll see. I mean, we'll see if he's in the lineup on Friday, but I agree. You always have to wait. We got to Master Austin. Joey Votto announced his retirement. Did he really? Man, I love me some Joey Votto. One of the most interesting players in baseball. We got the infamous El Guapo. Same people that were saying get rid of Lux. Butane just needs some time. We got... I mean, for me, it's not this emotional, oh, I love Buehler. Oh, I love, my whole mindset is winning. And how do you put this team in the best position to win? And yes, trotting out Buehler and him going 4 innings and forcing that bullpen. The bullpen yesterday get 1 hit in 5 innings. They were outstanding once again. And yes, you cannot overwork that pen, but it's the upside potential if things go right. And look, Buehler said himself hey, I've unlocked some things. I found something in my delivery we talked about earlier. Let's see it. I'll give you one more shot to prove it against the Baltimore Orioles. And then get smoked again. Think that could be the end of Walker Buehler in a Dodger uniform. We got stun seed 59. Once Buehler starts striking out batters, everyone's going to flip like they did with Lux. It'll be crickets from the peanut gallery. Stun seed 59. You never want to make the emotional reaction to players playing bad. We got Bilal K says Edman looked fantastic. Yeah, I talked to Tommy Edman, and he's thrilled to be a Dodger, man. His mom grew up a Dodgers fan. Even when she went to college in Massachusetts, she was still supporting the Dodgers. They grew up, and he grew up in San Diego. And then for me, it's the bat. And we're already seeing Tommy Edman get on base. He hits a double yesterday. I mean, look at this play right there. Look at that play. I mean, leaping, great stop and great throw. Great dig there by Freddie Freeman. And did you hear what Dieter Roll's playing? You didn't see that? You didn't catch that? I love decoding him, but he was playing I Am the Walrus by the Beatles.
Of course.
And great song by the Beatles. And I think I'm pretty sure the play in there was that I am the walrus, I am the Eggman, right? Yes. It had to be that. Cuckoo, right? Yeah. So that's just, I mean, that to me is probably where that came from. So I'll have to ask Dieter Roll. So great to see that. We got to hashtag homegrown from Rebecca. Yanni Yuhara Sasaki wants to leave Lotte and come to the USA, but the Chiba Lotte Marines gave him a hard time because Lotte wants to be paid enormous posting fee. Yeah. And that's the thing too. When they have that agreement, there's no guarantee that they say, okay, what is it? D-Mac loves layered burritos. That's from Max Month. I love burritos. I don't know about layered ones. I mean, those Taco Bell ones back in the day were pretty fire. I'll say that. Gotani from Billie Jean. Buehler and Pa has gone from Los Doyers. Send Buehler to, I like this from Rengo XX. Send Buehler to Lux's uncle and tell him to stay there. Yeah, we need him to. Can Gavin Lux, can Augie teach pitching as well? Does Buehler have an uncle that teaches pitching as well? So I like that. D-Mac loves tortas. Jack, I do love me some tortas. I'll say that. But Mr. Classic, I just want a full-strength Dodgers team. Steven Lopez, can we talk about how deep this lineup is when healthy? Yeah, we did yesterday. I mean, you're seeing the death lineup in place. And that has been the big difference. And I think the beauty of all that is with Edman, with Muncy back. Muncy's homered in the 2 games that he's been back. Gavin Lux continues to rake every single day. And I think you haven't seen this team really hit their full stride. And I think that's something to really be encouraged by, is the fact that the Dodgers have the best record in baseball, but have not played their best baseball, and we're 80% through the season. Jack Harris just tweeted out, Dave Roberts said Miguel Rojas had a bulky left hamstring and that his stretch was more of a precaution. He's expected to be back in the lineup on Friday. So it doesn't seem like there's anything very concerning. And hey, that's the beauty of all this, is you're not forced to play guys in these situations because of the depth that you have. But guys, that's going to do it for this tortas. Oh, you're talking about the food? Or tortas means something else, right? The food or the Tony Taters. I mean, why don't you tell the audience what is a torta? Because for me, I mean, I used to, I love tortas. I mean, my friend, one of my best friend's mom was one of the best torta chefs I've ever seen.
Oh, I love tortas. Let's just say I'm a torta slayer myself.
You're a torta slayer yourself. Interesting. Do you guys like tortas? Let me know. But yeah, look, a torta is a sandwich made with a crusty bread roll served hot or cold. So, I mean, what are you guys talking about? I mean, is there an Urban Dictionary version of torta? Oh my, okay. First of all, you guys need to calm down. I'm now reading the Urban Dictionary version of a torta, and my husband cheated on me with a torta. It's used in a sentence here. I love the food, the torta. Okay, you guys got me on this one. Hey, Julio Alman, $2. Go get to the Royals training staff, #1 in baseball. We got another one right there. D-Mac is down bad. Okay. Oh, I see. I like that. Okay, no hats. Dead. Okay. I thought, I mean, because seriously, I mean, torta. No, for sure. We got. I meant the food DMAC LMAO. Yes, exactly. Right. I mean, I like mine with chicken and lettuce, avocado, some
Lechuga,
carnitas, and
cebollita,
beans. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what, but now I know it means something else. Jeez, man. Okay. Awesome. Yep, Dylan, I love me some tortas for sure. Okay, guys. Oh, there's Bob Nigo. Robert said Glass now isn't coming back after 15 days. So let's see if that's the case here. This is kind of a live show. It was a fluid show. Got to make sure that everything is up to the minute here. So let's see what is the latest on Tyler Glasnow. And Dave Roberts did say that Tyler Glasnow has not started playing catch, and he could be out more than 15 days. So that is very interesting. And the longer that he stays on the IL, I think the more you got to keep your options open as far as pitchers and availability. So that's pretty massive news right there. I mean, I think for me, this Dodgers team, it's okay, how close to 100% can we get him for the postseason and try to maintain the lead of the division and for best record in baseball. So for all those people out there, change the locks for Walker Buehler. I'll drive Walker Buehler to the airport. Let's throw him in the dumpster. That's premature. That's emotional, man, for sure. Mr. Classic, Killian Murphy makes movies nonstop. Certified torta simp here from Gary A. Damn the transition to give Buehler a torta. Yeah, that'll probably fill him up, man. You know, I mean, delicious stuff out there. Where's your favorite place in LA to get tortas? So let me know down below. Where's your favorite place in LA to get a torta, and I'll go get one after the game tonight. So let me know down below. Favorite truck, favorite restaurant. I'm always looking for torta recommendations. Let me know for sure. We got Max says more rest for Glasnow. Yes. I mean, I think that really, I mean, what I heard when it originally happened was it was extremely, extremely precautionary, and that was the reason why. And that he said that, and also said too, I mean, hey, he was telling them that he wanted to pitch. Same thing we heard from River Ryan. What happened there? But it's elbow tendonitis, and tendonitis can be a little tricky. And he was supposed to start on Friday. They moved that start to Saturday after he went 7 innings in his last start. And then now he's going to miss a couple turns through this Dodgers rotation. And Bobby Miller's getting an opportunity. Walker Buehler's more opportunity. So Figueroa, say here's your recommendations. We got Taqueria Los Ania. Okay, so we'll get that one. Okay, El Cogi Tortas. We'll get that one down for sure. Get a dirty torta. Is that a restaurant or a type of one? They're all over Dodger Stadium. DMAC. Did they sell them? Okay, no, I thought the carne asada nachos. I haven't had those yet. A $4 super chat, $4.99 super chat from the sandwich. Tortas for life. Rang says trade Buehler for 2 juicy tortas. You guys think I'm not going to these spots? I am going to these spots. I'll look for some at Dodger Stadium tonight if they really sell them there. So I haven't seen them there, but I mean, I usually have a Dodger dog or two, but maybe I'll switch it up tonight. But here we got some more comments over here for sure in the outfield pavilion. Okay, I haven't been out there in a while. Maybe look at the press box, but I'll go check that out. So, guys, thanks for those recommendations. But, yeah, lots of news. I mean, Miguel Rojas out of the lineup with a hamstring. Tyler Glasnow expected to miss more than 15 days. I think that explains a lot about the Dodgers and their alternatives. But the most important thing is getting Tyler Glasnow back for Game 1. And I don't want to hear, Tyler Glass arm. No. They're protecting their investment. They know that their success or failure in the postseason is largely going to come down to their ability to prevent runs and pitch, because they got the offense to score runs, right? And I don't want to hear about offenses in the past with Shohei and with Teoscar. This is a different era of Dodger baseball. But I'll join you guys after the game, so join me We'll do a post-game show from the stadium. I'm going to film something, so look out for that. I'm going to upload it. We might go live if we can, but thanks again for joining us here on Dodgers Dugout Live. Later episode, so get you guys the news, and let me know down below in the comment section. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your concern level about Tyler Glasnow? Because are you concerned? Is it something? Do you think this is something to worry about? I personally think this is precautionary, and they want to make sure that when he comes back, he's back. Because when he comes back, it's, hey, we're getting closer and closer to October. Super chat at the end here. I'll do some walk-off shots here. Let's go Dodgers. A win tonight with Jack Flaherty. For sure. Don't sleep on those tortas cubanos. Y'all check those out. Alex Renteria. So the concern level is 6-6. We got Claudia and Ken and a 6. So a lot of 6s. So it's more than a 5. Joe Rodriguez is 6.9. Marco, but a $2 super chat for sure. So we got that one already. But thanks again, guys. See you tomorrow. See you after the show. Remember, nothing brings together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm